It is your fantasy come to life.
Excuse me?
I said, it is your fantasy come to life.
No hablo faggot. Anyway, what do you think you're doing up from your desk? I don't pay you to stand here and speak in the language I don't care to comprehend.
Please, hear me out. If you would but listen to one thing that I tell you, you would know that I am looking out for your best interest.
I know this. If you don't get out of my face, quit wasting my time, and in general put a sock in that colossal wormhole that you probably would call a mouth, that is, if you could speak English. I honestly don't know dipshetian for the word mouth and I don't really care.
Please, I can grant you wishes. I can make you eternally happy. I can free you from the shackles of your misery, if you would but listen to what I have to say.
You just keep talking and talking, but you are saying nothing. Still, if I record this conversation, it should at least make a good case with the board as to the reason for the substantial lack of progress made in this department. God knows they've already cut our funding in half. Continue.
I am so happy that you realize it now. It started when I was a little girl, about the age of 6. I began to have vivid dreams, no, visions, about the future, or at least, what could come to pass. It would seem that I was to be heavily involved in the lives of others. Lives of those filled with hate, sadness, and unfulfilled desires. This may sound strange to you, it did to me. But one day life gently pulled my hand and guided the way to my destiny. At first I didn't really believe it myself, but the proof came sooner, rather than later. There was a young boy, about my age, who couldn't speak. He was fated to be a mute, for the rest of his life. Or so, that is what they, the friends, family, and doctors of this boy were led to believe, no, convinced themselves to be true. In reality, the reason he was a mute was that he believed that he had nothing to say to anyone, simply because no one had anything to say to him.
Continue.
This all began to change when I crossed paths with this boy, less than a day after dreaming about him. Mind you, we had never met once in the short time that was our lives. Not knowing that he was mute, I struck up a conversation with him. At first, he said nothing. Then, I drew a picture in the sand of his face. He laughed. After that, he asked for me to show him how I did what I did. Puzzled, I claimed, "Have you never drawn a picture before?" He stared at me, face was a mess as he had fell in the sand from laughing. He said, "No, no one has ever told me anything."
Continue.
I said to him, "I'll tell you all there is to know." And he looked at me, and said, "What exactly is there to know?" I was a little taken aback by this, but immediately replied, "All sorts of things. Life is one great big adventure after all the sights, smells, feelings, experiences. There simply isn't time to be sitting around doing nothing." He then said, "I wish we could do it all." And then we did.
How truly inspirational. In that case, I wish that you would die.
New. Ugh. Ah. HRRNNNG.
So you really dead, huh? Next time, I'm hiring a man, and putting him on a leash.